Hi, everybody. I'm going to talk to you about mission statements for a couple minutes. So, uh, I have the ones that I gave you up on my computer, so you'll find them in week 3, samples of mission statements. So, a mission statement is exactly what it sounds like. It's how a company, organization, rock band, student org, church, almost anything, how they see themselves, what they feel their objectives are in life. So let's look together. N3 Oceanic is the first one, and then it has that tagline: we don't just sell supplements, we sell a promise. First sentence is N3 Oceanic has been a leader in the supplement industry since its inception, and as a continuing family business has been responsible for the marketing and direct sale of rescue products, which have been a trusted leading source of omega-3 and other dietary supplements for over 20 years. The reason why I like to pull this one out and read that first sentence is because the writers have used so many of Aristotle's appeals. So we have ethos and the fact that they've been around for 20 years. We have pathos and the fact that it's a family business, right? And you could even call the same thing. The 20 years could be logos as well. If a company's been around for 20 years, then they obviously haven't killed anybody with their supplements. So I think that's a very good opening paragraph, and it's appealing to all the right targets. The next paragraph goes on to very specifically list all the different things that they make. So specificity is a really important thing. Then it goes to the business strategy of what their goals are. Mainly growth, as you would expect, but there's a nice addition of all the while maintaining a lifelong relationship with our individual customers. I think that's a good move. To always be acknowledging that customers come first, right? Success at N3 Oceana comes from meeting our goals and believing that the direct sale and use of our product provides optimal health. So your interests are what their interests are, right? They just want to make sure everybody's healthy. So when you're writing your own mission statement, you have to think about audience like you do when you write about anything. And what we haven't discussed at all is primary and secondary audiences. So if you're looking at N3 Oceanic, I would think that the primary audience is the customer, but I do believe there's a secondary audience here, and that would be investors of some sort, or their board, because they do acknowledge a few times their business practices. So altogether, I would call this a very smart mission statement. There are other companies that make health supplements, of course, and they focus on the stuff that they do that others don't do. So it's really smart. I think I'm going to skip the Painted Bread Quarterly one in a very specific, in a detailed way, but just say in a general way. The really hard thing for some organizations like the Painted Bread Quarterly, that's the magazine that I edit, is that we are doing the same exact thing that many other lit mags do, which is publish what we think is the best work. So this is actually a fake one. We have a much better one up on our website that does point out what we do specifically. Loftus Engineers I use as an example of a really bad one. That quote at the beginning, I have no idea where that comes from. Why would you put quotes around something and then not acknowledge who the speaker was? Also, I don't know why there's a capital letter under the I, the B, and the R. And the whole first paragraph in general is just too general. Really, really generic, and every engineering firm could say the same thing. So I think that's a poor opening. You always want to put your strongest material at the top of your piece. The very next paragraph, saying that it's been around since 1923. Now that's important, right? All of the details in there, the facts in there, should have probably jumped up to the front to make us read on. And this information in the last paragraph that each department head has over 20 years experience, That's really great. I think that they should lose that first graph or modify it in some way and put it at the end, because 1 and 2 are far, far better. The Pleasant Hills Community Church is also a real one that I use as a bad example. The only reason why this is bad is it doesn't say a thing about what this specific church actually does. Now, this does happen to be my brother's church, and so I know, not that he owns it or anything, it's where he goes. And I know for a fact that they do lots and lots and lots of community building and programming and events. Nothing is listed here, and everything that they say about the commitment to God is the same thing that any other Presbyterian church would say. So if you really were looking for a church, you moved to the area, there's nothing about this that stands out in any way. The Alfred DuPont Hospital for Children is another example of a good one. I think the writing here is very nice. There could not be more specificity from the very first paragraph. They build your trust with how long it's been around. It looks beautiful with the 3 acres of parkland. And this is another one that if you really deconstruct it, you can see that they're writing to parents of sick children. They're writing to funders. They're writing to doctors that might come to them to work there. It's probably the best one in the whole group. So when you're writing your own mission statements, they can be about something that already exists that you're a part of. And they can even be something that has a mission statement already. But if you do one that has a mission statement already, you need to include for us, for both the students and me, the original mission statement and then your mission statement. So you can do an organization that you care about in some way, even if it has its own mission statement, but you have to greatly revise the original one. You can also do a hypothetical mission statement for the company that you would like to own or work for one day. Okay? So if you have any questions, let me know. Those are due this week. And I hope this video helped. Bye.